Hello, everyone. We're here for the day 3 of the official trade period wrap video. Well, technically day 4. It's the end of day 3. And there's a lot of things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the acquisitions of Zane Cordy for the Saints as a free agent. Darcy Tucker and Griffin Logue officially joining the Roos. A pick swap between the Lions and the Giants. And many, many more things we're going to go through. But the big news of today, I suppose, in a way, was the official decision, the impending decision of Jack Burrows, Suns' former top 10 draft pick, 24 years old, had some injury and form issues this year, which is why he only played 5 AFL games and a few as a sub. His choices had narrowed down to Geelong, Essendon and Hawthorn, and he's now chosen Geelong. I've got a big problem with this. Very big problem. The best fit for Jack Burrows to play midfield minutes, which he wants, he would definitely get that at Essendon. At Hawthorn, probably not so much. You got Warple, that they want to play, and then Newcombe, Tom Mitchell, if he stayed, Josh Ward, and some others. Geelong, well, I don't need to really go through their list, do I? They've got Guthrie, Parfitt, Holmes, Menegola, players like that, Dangerfield, that can play in that role, and many more. So Essendon was the perfect fit for him. Essendon, unlike Hawthorn and Geelong, Essendon have actually wanted him for him. They have midfield spots available, especially inside mids they've wanted for years, which has been pretty well known. Dodoro did not lie yesterday when he said he wanted Jack Burrows, and they had been tracking him for years. Because last time he was out of contract, they did ask for Jack Burrows from the Gold Coast at the time, and he stayed with the Suns. So don't come to me and tell me that Essendon weren't interested, Geelong have been interested this whole time, say, Gary Ablett and Dangerfield always want him. Pish posh bullshit. They only wanted him when pick 7 was involved. And why, what does Gary Ablett have to do with it? And don't say, he used to play Gold with Jack Burrows. Yeah, good. So, and what? What's Gary Ablett got to do with Geelong now? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's things that's frustrated me, people to say that, and it's not right. A team that won the premiership is getting handed pick 7 in this, and then that'll probably help them unlock the Ollie Henry and Tanner Bruin moves. I don't like this. Sound off in the comment section below what you think. Is it rigged? Is it robbed? What is it? Please leave your thoughts down below. But to summarise this particular story, Jack Burrows' son has nominated the Geelong Football Club. Now we'll move on to... Now another move that I forgot to mention off the top was Dan Mcsta now. Also, that happened late yesterday, but happened after I had recorded the video for yesterday's video. So I was there, if just repeating the news, Dan Mcsta joins the Pies on a 5-year deal for pick 35 compensation for the Brisbane Lions, which is about right. It was a 5-year deal, but that probably does show that the money wasn't as strong as what people had said it was, because otherwise it would have landed Brisbane a first-round compo pick. So clearly it wasn't over 500,000. Otherwise, it would have been first-round combo pick. Now, going back to some of the trades from today, off the top I mentioned Zane Cordy is officially signed as a free agent on a 3-year deal. Mainly, he's going to play, obviously, as a key defender. And how about Dougal Howard, Cal Wilkie, and Josh Battle in that area? Or could even push Josh Battle forward, which he has shown in his past start of his career at the Saints that he can play it forward if need be. And Cordy can fill the other role. Also, too, this is official by the journos, but not by the clubs just yet. But it's set to be revealed that the Lions, T.Berry, not Josh, T.Berry, the brother of Josh, is officially going to join the Gold Coast Suns, which means that the Gold Coast will get T.Berry picks 46 and GWS's 2023 second rounder, because that was the untraded one from Brisbane in the trade that they made earlier on in the trade period. Brisbane will get picks 25 and 36. In a way, if you look at it, it's probably a win for the Suns, but the Lions get some current picks of this year's crop, which they need a lot of points for Will Ashcroft so they can avoid going into deficit. So it's pretty logical there for the Suns and the Lions, so both win out there. And it wouldn't rule out any more future pick swaps between those two clubs, considering Gold Coast have a lot of picks that they won't need. Obviously, they're going to get Ben Long from St Kilda, so there might be a pick in the 40s, 50s range. That will be then eventually untraded to St Kilda, but they may be involved in some other clubs and trades at the moment, which is why that one, the simple trade has not gone through yet. It's the same thing with Billy Franklin from Collingwood. He'll go to Collingwood, more than likely future third, but then again, Adelaide Got some other moves to do with Rankin that once the bigger deals goes, and the dominoes will kind of fall from there. Griffin Logue and Darcy Tucker, as I mentioned yesterday, was finally confirmed today. Griffin Logue and Darcy Tucker both joined the Roos. 5-year deal for Griffin Logue, as expected. The Roos had to pass on their assistance packages picks, the future second and third rounder from next year. If they did not trade them to another club, those picks would have been automatically eliminated, so they had to get rid of them, and it's a pretty good move for the Roos. So in reality, because those picks were given to them, they essentially overall got Griffin Logue, Darcy Tucker, and Freo's future third for pretty much a future fourth. When you think of it in that way, they've dominated it, but they were handed those future picks, so overall it's still pretty good for both sides. Freo, in return, got this future second, third, and fourth rounders for North Melbourne, and as I said, North Melbourne got Logue, Tucker, and Freo's future third. Look, I think it's a good trade for both, considering if North 2 finish on the bottom, essentially those future second, third, and fourth rounders are essentially the first pick of that round. So, for example, the future second could be pick 19, and then you keep going, etc. Third round one could be 38, and same with the fourth round could be 57. So, could end up being a good trade for the North, for the Dockers, as well. If the Roos do finish on the bottom of the ladder. Josh Corbett, as we mentioned yesterday, we'll go through some other news now. Josh Corbett will join the Dockers again. We're a pretty simple one, but then maybe waiting for the Luke Jackson trade to go through, so you could see a domino effect from there. There's some other names to go through. Brodie Grundy, he will get to the Demons. They're still going over the pick at the moment. Collingwood want to pick around the 20, and it's probably about right. He's a great player, Brodie Grundy. But Melbourne will be taking on the chunk of that salary. Otherwise, it'd probably be a lot worth more than pick 25, but it'll be around that mark. Isaac Rankin, not much more progress on that. It'll be done, but more than likely late in the trade starting next week. There could be deadline day type trade for that one. Jack Burrows, we just mentioned before, the top pick Geelong. Don't need to go through that again. Jason Horne-Francis, well, he's going to go to the Poile Footy Club. North will drive a hard bargain, so they should. He was pick one literally last year. So yeah, that'll get done. I've got the gut feeling that Port will take in the end. They got to act tough to try and get the best deal out for themselves, and I don't blame them for doing so. It'll probably end up being that pick 8, future first. And I wouldn't rule out Miles Bergman as the play. His brother plays at North Melbourne, just drafted this year. Not getting many opportunity at the power. Can play halfback and wing. North Melbourne got plenty of holes they need to fill, and I think Miles Bergman will probably be the one. He's from Victoria, and his brother's playing there, and he's not getting game time at Port, so it makes logical sense there. That may be the way it goes. Jacob Hopper, well, it's not a definite to get done. He has got a year to go. Judo is sticking firm to their guns at what they want. They want at least pick 30, which is what Richmond's currently got, future first, and a player. The player being linked in this deal is Ivan Soldo. Don't know why Judas want another ruckman. He's just like the rest of the three ruckmen. They've got Bruce, Flynn, and Briggs is Soldo. But they want a player, and he's the player that's been talked about at the moment. But if this deal is to fall through, Ivan Soldo could be the key part to this deal, because Richards now obviously got rid of their other picks with the Taranto deal. So these are the top 2 picks from this year's and next year's draft that they can offer. So if Ivan Soldo says to Richmond, no, I don't want to leave, this could put this deal in jeopardy unless Richmond can get a third club involved and get better picks to pass on to GWS from that third club. It's a question that's now being raised by Damien Barrett that Lockie Whitfield and Nick Haynes, for the right price, could be both shipped out of GWS, and then they'll stick to their guns and keep Hopper. It's an interesting one to keep an eye out on. The Brad Hilt one, it looks like he's going to stay at St Kilda. Obviously, St Kilda, he had been linked to North Melbourne. That's kind of died down since the situation with North Melbourne's coaching role. Luke Jackson, that'll get done. Again, Melbourne playing hardball at the moment, as you expect for any club losing a player. But what they're asking for a top 7 pick with another future first and then players as well, I don't agree with that. But they'll still get compensated pretty well. There'll probably be 2 top round picks, for either one this year and one in the future. Rory Lobb, I don't see this getting done. Fremantle Peter Bells sticks to his guns all the time. He drove a hard bargain out of St Kilda when they wanted Brad Hill. They made him cough up acres, otherwise they said they would not get it done. Now coincidentally he goes to Carlton. They've done it last year with Lobb. Wouldn't surprise me if they do it again. Yes, they're going to bring Josh Corbett in, who's not a tall forward, but he is a medium-sized forward, so at least they've got more options there. I think Freo will stick to their guns and they'll make him stay again. Josh Dunkley, that trade I mentioned before, that picks up with the Lions, people go, oh, well, then now they got rid of, their future second that Brisbane won't be happy. Bulldogs won't be happy. Well, now they've got 25. It could be 25 and a future first as well. That's looking like that might be part of the deal, and there might be some late pick swaps there. But that's a key to unlocking that. Ollie Henry, he'll get to Geelong. So will Tanner Bruin. Collingwood's still to confirm, though, in terms of what they want. He was pick 17 just 2 years ago. And Geelong's first pick is pick 18 at the moment. They will end up bringing 7 when they get Jack Burrows. So Geelong may split pick 7 up. Or they might just give Collingwood pick 18. But then that leaves the question, what pick are they going to give for Tanner Bruin? Will be their next year's future first. Want to keep an eye out on for there. Paddy Dow, question mark whether he goes or not. Colin said they're allowing him to explore his options. So it's still a question mark on him. Jack Gunston will get to Brisbane via a trade. Brandon Fiorini will get to the Pies later in the trade. With Tom Mitchell, still a question mark whether he gets out. I think that will end up getting done. They're just waiting for the bigger deals, Grundy and co. for the Collingwood links to happen first. Junior Rioli, this is a really, really interesting one. Originally, West Coast had asked for Port's pick 27. They traded that pick on to Melbourne yesterday. The pick swaps they did. Now they can't ask for that. Next pick for Adelaide is pick 33. West Coast might have stuffed themselves up there, so that 33 will be on offer, I'm sure, from Port. This is an interesting one to keep an eye out on as well, whether that gets done or not, whether he walks through the preseason draft. I think they'll get it done, and West Coast would have got a worse pick than what they originally wanted, so they might have stuffed themselves up there. Toby Bedford, he'll get to GWS. So that's an interesting one to come out. And I'll end with Lloyd Meek, the contract of Freo Ruckman. You have to wait till Jackson goes. If that's any chance of happening of Meek joining the Hawks, that'll all depend on, when the Luke Jackson deal goes through. Hope you guys enjoyed this wrap of the trade wrap for day 4. Technically day 3, but overall, including the free agency period, day 4. Till tomorrow, everyone, take care. Breaking news. I had just finished the trade wrap video, but now we can add another story. Ben Long has been traded from the Saints to the Gold Coast Suns for pick 32. And Gold Coast received St Kilda's future 4th rounder and Ben Long. But they get Ben Long and St Kilda's future 4th rounder. St Kilda get pick 32. I'll take that for a fringe player. Thank you very much, Gold Coast. Until tomorrow's video, everyone, take care.